talk a lot with people who have invested in a system and it's not working for them. Okay. Or in some cases they've bought multiple systems and it didn't work for them, right? And some guys have a system they're running today and they're paying for it and it's still not working for them.
Right. And they don't particularly like it. It fails, it fails in the business processes that they want to accomplish. We see this all the time.
Right.
This is why people contact us.
Right. And this is why we've done so many conversions from other CRM systems.
Correct. And the way to look at it is it's our charter of our adoption team and implementation team.
Right.
Because what we found, I think, is that where we get you to from the start of you saying go to where you end up in the first 6 months is kind of where you stay for a while.
Right.
Right. And as they talk about like CRM as a journey, and the reason is that you're starting in different spots depending on your company, right? Some part of this might be, hey, we're just going to take a month because we don't have a common list of contacts in our company and just build contacts. And then maybe we'll start tracking opportunities or tracking activities or quotes, whatever that might be. But that's the journey that you got to march through. And that's where we always talk about like the 5 North Stars. What are the most impactful things that we can do when implementing our system, and let's stay focused on those because CRM implementations in general can be so gigantic and we want to do everything. And especially for ADD salespeople who want everything right now, please, as soon as possible, especially if they're the owners, they're saying, hey, I want to implement this and this and this and this and this and this. And all of a sudden nothing happens because they're spread too thin.
Right.
Right. So within those first 6 months, we say, let's pick those North Stars. Let's get those things ironed out. I want quote follow-up. I want a good Rolodex. I want my sales numbers on my phone, right? I want to start email marketing. Right?
I want my goals on my dashboard.
I want my goals on my dashboard.
Right.
That's another huge one, right? Because then everybody's moving in the same direction.
Right.
That's where you've got to start, right? Right. And many times it's when you've gotten to that 6 months and nothing has been delivered, you consider that a failed project. And that software that you bought is essentially failed money.
That software that you bought that you probably have a year contract on.
Also that.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you have you're 6 months in, you have 6 months left to go, right?
Yep. And you're not getting any value out of it whatsoever.
And there's a better option out there for you, but you've already paid the money.
You've already paid the money.
But this is the sunk cost, right?
This is the sunk cost.
This is the classic. You go to watch a movie you're super excited about, right? You buy a ticket for whatever the hell it is now, $12, $15, right? You walk in that movie, you sit down, you spend an hour of your time, and it's trash, right?
Right.
The question becomes, do you sit through the rest of the movie because you already paid your $15? Or do you leave because your time is worth more than sitting there? A lot of people will sit through that movie for hoping it gets better. But really, the smart person says, you know what, my time is already sunk here. My money's already sunk. I'm not going to sink any more time into something that's not working for me.
And that's where the opportunity cost comes in, because you could use that same time after having left the stinky movie and be out at the bar drinking, right?
Yeah.
Or from a business perspective, even though that's sunk money, you're never going to get it back.
Right.
Why are you delaying the productivity that you could have with a system that is working and delivering on those North Stars for you? Right. Sooner.
Right.
Because when you talk about a salesperson executing a $400 an hour sales call, right? How many of those do you need to do and make them more effective in order to recapture that lost money?
Right.
As well as the money that you're investing in the new system.
And
it's not that many, right? It's not. Right?
Many times when we've seen people come from other systems that aren't working for them, it's because those systems are generalist systems. They're built for everybody versus purpose-built for vertical markets, right? And so that's something I encourage people to do, is make sure you're buying a system that's going to work in your market. Right?
Well, and for most of our customers are smaller industrial companies, right? And small doesn't necessarily mean revenue. It means 10 people are going to use the system, right? For a lot of the big box CRMs that have $100,000 plus implementation budgets and so on and so forth, those are big corporate companies with IT departments and so on and so forth, which most of our customers really don't have, right? I'll call Tom because he knows how the phone system works. Tom's also an inside salesperson,
right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So for us, what we found is that many times those failed big box implementations happen because there's no guiding light and there's no process team and there's no training team that these big companies have in order to make that implementation successful, right? So you don't have time to figure out what the business processes should be. You don't need the fishing pole and the filament and the hooks and the bait. You just need it all in the water. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go start making some money.
And I can tell you from experience, those big box implementations are not short time frames. I mean, it was years for us. And other companies that we work with day in and day out, they need to be a lot more agile. So they need to be up and running in 30 days. You know? So
the ROI has to be quick, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the other thing I think that's challenging about those big box ones is when it doesn't work. Many of our customers are entrepreneurial owned, right? So any money that's spent on systems and IT actually comes out of the ownership's pockets, right? So they want that return as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We have to be able to deliver on that.